Eddie Levert, the heartbeat of the OJs, the voice behind Love Train, Backstabbers, and For the Love of Money. For over 6 decades, his voice didn't just sing. It carried hope, faith, and pride from the church pews of Alabama to the world's biggest stages. But behind the legend lies loss. The man who lifted millions with his music buried 3 of his own children. At 83, Eddie faces a quiet only his soul knows. Can the voice that taught the world to love find peace within himself? Born June 16, 1942, in Bessemer, Alabama, Eddie grew up poor and invisible. His father labored in steel mills, his mother scrubbed floors, and faith was their only currency. Hunger and hardship were constant companions, but in a small Baptist church, his mother urged, "Sing it like you mean it." And he did. At 6, his family joined the Great Migration to Canton, Ohio. Winters were brutal, poverty relentless, yet every Sunday they lit candles and sang. Eddie's voice became survival, fire in the cold, hope in despair. By 15, music was no longer a dream, it was lifeline. He formed early groups like the Triumphs and Mascots, singing for pennies, practicing in garages, driving long nights in a rust-red Chevy, and enduring rejection from record labels that deemed them too rough, too southern, too black. Each no fueled Eddie's determination. In 1961, King Records offered a small deal, but early records went unheard. Friends left, Eddie stayed, joined by Walter Williams and William Powell. By the mid-1960s, they became the OJs, singing in smoke-filled bars and pouring survival into every note. Philadelphia offered their breakthrough. On stage, Eddie poured every struggle, his family's sacrifices, hunger, frost-bitten winters, into his music. The applause that followed wasn't fame yet, but something special, hope triumphing over hardship. In 1972, signing with Philadelphia International Records, the OJs finally found global success. Backstabbers hit like lightning, Love Train became an anthem, and For the Love of Money resonated worldwide. From sleeping in his car to commanding $100,000 a night, Eddie had risen from poverty to stardom. The boy who sang for survival had become a voice for a generation. Eddie Levert's story is proof. Greatness comes not from what you have, but from what you endure, and how loudly you sing through it. We just wanted to eat, and somehow the world started listening. But behind the applause, no one saw the exhaustion. Between 1973 and 1980, the OJs performed over 200 shows a year. Buses became bedrooms, hotels became hospitals. Eddie's voice, once thunder, cracked from overuse. "If I stopped singing, I'd stop breathing," he told a reporter. Even at their peak, fame was cruel. Gold records lined the walls, but unpaid royalties and exploitative contracts cost them hundreds of thousands. They sang to arenas of 20,000 fans and still went home broke. And then came loss. In 1977, William Powell died. Eddie sang harder, as if trying to keep his friend alive in every note. Burned out, he nearly quit, but faith, hunger, and the people who believed in him kept him going. By 1987, Eddie roared back with Let Me Touch You, topping the R&B charts. Between the late 80s and early 2000s, the OJs earned over 10 gold albums and toured the world. Success came, but so did the price: exhaustion, missed family, and quiet nights heavier than applause. Martha Bird Levert, his first wife, had been with him when he had nothing. Together they raised Gerald and Sean, building joy in small, drafty Ohio homes. But fame stole him from them. Divorce followed quietly, leaving Eddie with the songs but not his family. "I thought I could fix it with money, but all they wanted was time," he admitted. Decades later, Raquel Capitan brought Eddie a second chance at love. Calm and patient, she showed him that even broken things can hold light. Together they built a quiet life, welcoming their daughter Ryan in 2002. Eddie learned that real music plays at home, in laughter and family rhythm. But heartbreak came twice. On November 10th, 2006, his eldest son Gerald, his rhythm, his pride, his heartbeat, passed away at 40. Their duet, Baby, Hold On to Me, had captured father and son in harmony. At Gerald's funeral, Eddie could not sing. The audience carried the song for him. "It's like singing a song you can't finish," he later said, "but you keep trying just to feel close again." Years later, grief returned. The same phone rang. "Eddie, it's Sean. He's gone." Eddie's second son, Sean, gentle and tender, had fallen ill in jail. The illness was merciless and sudden. Eddie had no tears left, only the touch of Gerald's photo and the whisper, "Make room for your brother." At Sean's funeral, Eddie did not sing. The choir hummed "Baby, Hold On to Me," raw and wordless, carrying the melody through the rain-streaked church. Days blurred into nights. Eddie wandered empty rooms, whispering their names. Yet, even in this unbearable silence, he held their music, their laughter, their spirit. "They're still here," he said. "In every note I sing, in every memory I carry." Even after unimaginable loss, Eddie and Martha lived in the echo of their sons' voices, learning that love does not die. It only changes rooms. Months after losing them, Eddie returned to the stage. The crowd rose in reverent silence as he held the microphone and whispered, "This one's for my boys." Singing "Baby, Hold On to Me," his voice broke, but the audience carried the chorus. That night, Eddie didn't cry. He smiled. "Grief isn't the end," he said later. "It's proof you still love." Years passed. Before every show, Eddie whispers Gerald, Sean, and later Ryan's name, seeing them in the wings, their laughter echoing in the quiet. Martha kept their memories alive until her passing, and Ryan's short life became a beacon through charity work. Even after so much loss, Eddie learned to live through music. The stage lights sometimes split into 3 beams: gold, blue, violet, blending into white. Death doesn't take the music. It teaches how to sing differently, he says. From Canton, Ohio, 5 boys once chased a dream together. The OJ's music changed the world, but behind every note was a story of love, grief, and enduring brotherhood. William Powell's voice was smooth, disciplined, pure, Eddie's compass. Together, they shared laughter, meals, and a dream that came true, though at a terrible price. Even as decades reshaped his life, Eddie's music and love never stopped. By the mid-1970s, the OJs were international stars. Hits like Love Train and Backstabbers made them icons of Philadelphia soul. Yet behind the smiles, William Powell was fading. Diagnosed with colon cancer, he kept performing until the pain was unbearable, refusing to let the music stop. When he died, the band sang without him for the first time. Eddie's voice broke, but the crowd carried the song. Tragedy struck again. Frankie Little Jr., an early guitarist and songwriter, disappeared for years, only to be found deceased decades later. Bill Isles and Bobby Massey, original members who had helped lay the foundation for the band, also passed away. One by one, the brothers Eddie had built the dream with vanished, leaving him with the echoes of memories and harmonies that had once filled the stage. Yet Eddie kept singing. The OJs were more than a band. They were a brotherhood. Even as time thinned the group to a trio, Eddie felt the presence of the friends he had lost. On stage, in quiet moments, he could hear William's laugh, Frankie's guitar, Bill's baritone, and Bobby's harmony. Their voices lived in the music, just as their spirits lived in Eddie's memory. Now, in his later years, Eddie divides his time between Las Vegas and his hometown of Canton, Ohio. His home is not just a house, but a sanctuary filled with memories of family, his late wife Martha, and the brothers who are gone. He continues to perform occasionally, donate to causes close to his heart, and keep the legacy of his daughter Ryan alive through a foundation for lupus patients. Despite immense loss, Eddie's life is a testament to endurance, love, and gratitude. "You don't measure success by what you own," he says. "You measure it by what you've survived." Every time he steps on stage, he sings not just for himself, but for the friends and family who are no longer here. The love train still rolls, slower and quieter now, but unstoppable. Through 6 decades of music, grief, and triumph, Eddie Levert remains the heartbeat of the OJs, proving that brotherhood and the music born from it does not end. It just changes key.